may have lost the game, but I ain't seen Haaland turn up when it matters. Look at the run, the underlap. You never get so. Smash the like button, big up the quick scan, time free intro. Let's go.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Man. Come on.
Because you always use that active when defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. As you can see above my head, it is West Ham United against Tottenham Hotspur. It's a London derby. It's two teams that, you know what, West Ham, as an Arsenal fan, I thought it was cool, like enemy of an enemy or whatever they say. I thought we both hated Spurs. In the last 18 months, you know, exaggerated a lot more because of Declan Rice's transfer. You lot have been talking a bit of crud. Spurs, it goes without saying. So I wish both teams could lose. Obviously, I'd rather West Ham win. I would rather Mavropanos, who was an Arsenal man, once a Gooner, always a Gooner, pop up with a goal. It's a watch-along/hate along. You lot know me. I love to have a bit of a joke. But if things are actually happening, I'll comment on such people. You know, I'm not a biased football fan. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. And as usual, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Appreciative of having you lot tune in with me. I know it's shameless, but Arsenal versus Luton is tomorrow, 7:30 kickoff. I'll be live from 6:45 p.m. for an Arsenal versus Luton Town watch along. And I think there's something on Thursday. I want to say Chelsea United, but I might be lying. Either way, there might be watch alongs on Thursday. There's definitely them on Saturday and Sunday. The show must go on. The football is back after the international break. I apologize for not having the lineups to the left and right of me. I can't lie. I don't know why, but I'm opening it on Photoshop and it's saying it's corrupted. So I just didn't have time to, you know, fix up the issue. But for Arsenal Luton, it will be there. But I can, however, tell you the lineup. Now, I apologize because Mavropanos obviously isn't the only former Gooner man here. You've got Fabianski, Kofal, Mavropanos, Zuma, Emerson, Souček, Ward-Prowse, Bowen, Paqueta, Kudus, and Antonio, the Jamaican international. For the visitors, Tottenham, you've got Vicario, Indogi, Van der Veen. I can't lie, the three names I've said, they're actually quite good. Romero, Pedro Porro, Basuma, Bentancur, Maddison, Brennan Johnson, Timo Werner, and Son Heung-min. Now, I'm sure if you're Postecoglou, you're happy that you got 3 points against Luton, but he's hoping his team, the visitors, don't make it dramatic. Speaking of dramatic, you would have seen Newcastle's performance against West Ham where, you know, you could argue David Moyes, as much as the players threw it away with his substitutions in the second half. What a crazy game that was. So both teams obviously want to win. It's raining in London. It's due to be a good game at the London Stadium. I think this is the first time in my life I've seen David Moyes put on a cap. Probably not, and Postecoglou's got his hood up. To be fair with you, it's peeing it in London at the moment. Big up yourself, Kay. Van der Veen is back. Not going to lie, massive advantage for Tottenham. It is an advantage. You know what? I don't agree with Spurs fans that were sitting there and saying, you know, them two centre-backs could start for Arsenal. But I actually think Van der Veen is... I'm a big fan of Romero. I think Van der Veen is better than Romero. I think Van der Veen's been a very good signing. The only issue you could say with him is he's picking up these injuries. He's fast. He's good on the recovery. He's good technically. He's intelligent. It's a bit of a B-Tech Arsenal partnership, but you've got the ice and the fire together. And Romero's the brute, if I'm honest with you. And I've done a video in 2019, I believe, on Destiny and Doggy. So you don't know I'm a big fan of his. I'm fortunate about the team he plays for. Spurs have won kickoff today, people. They will be kicking off in just a moment. And we're off, folks. It's Spurs against West Ham, as stated. Now, I'm expecting it to be a crazy game of football. Arsenal City, apologies, probably ruined it in terms of entertainment. But since the Premier League's come back after the international break, it's been exciting. And Son could have been in here early doors. Ward-Prowse to Mavropanos. Now, do you know what? My prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. But if Spurs mess about, they've got West Ham have problems. Kudus needs no introduction. Paqueta probably will not be at West Ham in the summer. Quality player, would love him as the left 8 at Arsenal in some capacity. Ward-Prowse, you give him set pieces in dangerous areas, he's either going to assist or score. You know, Antonio is a physical threat, and Kudus is a lovely player. To be fair with you, West Ham did a blinder in the market. But if you're Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Man United, everyone apart from City, even City with buying Jeremy Doku, how did they miss out on Kudus? Because he weren't exactly a secret. He was there at Ajax doing his thing. Probably going to have to wait for this game to settle. Oh, cheeky nutmeg by Basuma on Kudus. Kudus has won it back. Ref doesn't agree with me. It's been given as a foul. If you haven't smashed the like button, please make sure you do such. Yeah, why is the timer frozen? What's going on here? Everything's going wrong. What the hell's going on here? One sec. Hey, this is annoying. That's halftime work. Why aren't the timers working? Got a minute 40 on the clock. Why aren't my timers working? Why aren't my timers working? That's annoying. I don't know why the timer's not working. Now that's filling me with a bit of anxiety going into Arsenal versus Luton. What's going on here? Got 2 minutes and 25 on the clock, man. Apologies, people, but we're gonna have to keep it rocking. Timer stopped working. OBS. Do I need to do updates or something? That's proper annoying. The people are, again, I don't know what's going on. I apologize with that. I apologize with the lineup. These are, well, that adds to my morning tomorrow, innit? Again, we're too far to turn back. We're 3 minutes basically into this game. Got to fix this up. This is jarring. What the hell, man? And I'm not the tech guy, so I don't know how this thing works. Well, if it's going to... Oh, it could be 1-0. No, Bowen's missed. Well, if it was going to mess up, at least it's messed up in the Spurs stream, innit? Really and truly. This is horrible. I might have to end it. That's the Edmonton time. I should have used the Hackney one. A man said Chicken Goddess still hacked into your StreamYard. Probably did it. Do you know what? To be fair, StreamYard's got its issues, but it's not StreamYard. It's actually OBS, because even the font, like, when would the last stream have been? City. I ain't opened OBS since that. So I'm not a guy, a brother that touches stuff, because especially if I'm not internet done, I don't mess about with stuff. So I don't know what has happened here. Well, once there, you're pressing things and it's not changing. Look, what's this? And until you said time, I did not think there was an issue. That's how seamless it normally is. Basuma is in possession here. He's found James Maddison. We're going to just have to keep it moving. Maddison to Bentacle. Lovely touch from Bentacle. That's why your first touch in football has to be great. And it's set Ndogi on his way. It's a poor pass from Ndogi. In truth, he's giving it back to Bentacle. It's here with Timo Werner. With Werner, there's a possibility to mess up. So a great ball. It's a great ball from Timo Werner. It's a fantastic final touch from Brennan Johnson. It's a sweeping run of play from Tottenham Hotspur. And it's a goal. Spurs won 5 minutes in. Well, 4 minutes and 35. West Ham 0. It's a sweeping move. Sweeping move from back to front. That's one of them where if you're on the training ground at Tottenham Hotspur, it might not be the most glamorous goal, but that's a result, or better yet, a repetition of teamwork. West Ham, that's horrible. From a Spurs perspective, it's amazing. West Ham, that's horrible. Chasing shadows, not following runners. It's too easy. Timo Werner actually showed some composure. I mean, I don't know why they're trying to do offsides. Brennan Johnson, 100% onside. A good bit of play from Spurs, a culmination of problems from West Ham. And considering that it's only 5 minutes in, that's horrible. 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 Allowed Spurs to build that from back to front far too easily. And it's the two relative new signings who have connected. West Ham fans and Spurs fans alike have probably barely even sat in their seats. And there's been a goal. And I say this every watch along. But as much as managers earn a lot of money and things like that, put yourself in a manager's shoes. Look at the stress levels. They spent all week probably working on things to kind of, defend against Spurs. 5 minutes in, just come out the changing room and you've done that. But then again, in hindsight, that could be a gift or a curse to Spurs because now the fans of West Ham should be making noise. Well, Kudus, you're not going to get the chair out if you keep controlling the ball like that. Fortunately for him, Ward-Prowse ensures West Ham keep possession. Soucek's gone to pull it in the box. He's lumped it long. He's found Kofau. So good knock to this right-hand side. Kofau up against Werner. Good defending by the German, to be fair with you. Has Kofau earned the corner? If you ain't earned the corner, that was dead. I think he has. We're in for another 6-0. Poor old Destiny and Maddison don't look threatening no more. But hey, Spurs want to repeat their big brother performance against West Ham. And to be fair, Spurs, Aston Villa, I don't know how you look at it. Maybe Man United, they're all fighting for top 4. So if you're Villa, you're hoping West Ham can get something. Gerard Bowen to take this corner. It's overhit. Ooh, it's fallen. Is that another corner? I think it is. Vicario, who's been one of the best keepers in the Prem, in my opinion, this season's come out to try and punch it or collect it or something. And as a keeper, you've got to get there. To be fair, he's got a punch on it. And it's fallen in the box. There's a scramble in the box. It's hit Romero's hand, but, you can't see that given as a pen. As much as I'm an Arsenal fan, would love to see that happening. You booted at him. Bowen to take it again. He's tried to pull it in the same area. This time, there isn't quite enough quality. You got to be good at set pieces, if you're not James Ward-Prowse and you're taking set pieces at West Ham. Kudus, Antonio, plays it to this left-hand side with Emerson. Kudus has tried to pull it into the box first time. It's hit Destiny and Doggy, who for some reasons on this right-hand side probably hasn't been able to go back to left-back from the initial corner. And Basuma's kind of killed Destiny and Doggy with that pass. And Doggy's done relatively well. To be fair, it's actually a mess from Spurs. They've made a mess of it. It's playground football. There's no way you're getting a free kick for that. But Spurs still having to withstand this West Ham pressure. Well, the ref has just jinxed my commentary. He said it's offside. So that will end that. Hey, how can my man have hair extensions? You can only do them things if you're a footballer, man. Bad man don't get that. Leave that to the Bedinas. Don't rule out Newcastle, only 3 points behind United. I don't even think United are in the top 4 race. I'd rather them or Aston Villa do it ahead of Spurs, and I still think they are. But it's only because I was speaking with my Man United supporting friend over the weekend, obviously after all the results, and I was screaming, "No, you're in the top 4." And he's obviously pessimistic. He's saying, "Look at the league table," and I'm like, "Boy, to be fair with you, on paper, Spurs got 59 points. United got 48. Yes, technically United have a game in hand, but they need to win all of that realistically and hope Spurs drop points. And so far, they've been taking care of business, and they could be in there for a second. Basuma to Bentancur. I mean, I hate Spurs, but Bentancur's a serious player, as is James Maddison. James Maddison, speaking of the devil, Timo Werner, who's got an assist. Well, the intention to play the pass was good. Unfortunately, he's played it to a claret man, and West Ham have given the ball away on the edge of their area. Son Heung-min. West Ham need to wake up before other Spurs attackers wake up. Pedro Porro's effort has whistled just wide. Defensively, West Ham at 6s and 7s. It's not even a 6s and 7s thing. They're just not awake. This is horrible from a West Ham perspective, if I'm completely honest. Defensively. The attackers look like they're with it the rare time they get the ball, but it's only been 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Can't believe this timer thing is acting. I'm not believing this. Sorry, don't mind me, people. I'm just playing around with things, seeing if it could work. What URL is this? Gonna have to kind of sort this out myself, innit? Somehow. There's never an easy time streaming, man. Can't believe the time has just gone AWOL. I'm not live on Twitch. Yeah, I am. Don't scare me and think there's more problems. I gotta be live on Twitch. Or the time is not working. Serious fouls aren't working. Yeah, Twitch is a madness. Who you got in your FPL? That's a good question, my guy. Because who is in my FPL team? Oh, man. You know when you just had a bad day? West Ham are on the ball here. Mohamed Kudus. Spurs got to lose now. Oh. I got Bowen, Madison, Haaland, Solanke, Saka, Rodrigue. Why have I got Rodrigue? Cole Palmer, Destiny, Luka Dean. Why have I got... Anyways, Madison, can Spurs counter-attack to great effect here? The goal scorer, Brendan Johnson, who's not really had much of the ball, but has scored, tries to give it back to Madison. In truth, it's a poor pass. And again, Paqueta's got them out of it there. Paqueta, pardon me, so blessed technically. Respectfully, and he's giving the ball away here. Respectfully to West Ham, I don't think he'll be there in the summer. It's a fight out here, man. You're live on Twitch. Okay, all right, cool. Big up yourself, John. Okay, cool. I was getting scared. Do you know what? Let me remove the timer because it's just stinking up the place. I'm baffled as to what has actually happened. You know when you literally don't know how something's happened? Baffled. Oh, Romero climbing all over Antonio there. I'm surprised he didn't get a free kick. Ref don't agree with me. Fulham have made 3 substitutions after 30 minutes. Wait, what is the scores in the other Premier League games? If you're a Man United fan, allegedly Lisandro Martinez has picked up another knock. Damn, 49 minutes on the clock. Nottingham Forest are smoking Fulham. Hudson-Odoi scoring in that. Damn, Chris Wood, Morgan Gibbs-White and Hudson-Odoi. Kofal. This is terrible. Yeah, West Ham needs some defenders, man. This is horrible. Anytime Spurs attack, in truth, and not even just the defenders, just the level of defending. Anytime Spurs go forward, without necessarily being amazing, they just look like a football team. They could score more goals. James Maddison finds Son Heung-min. Can he get the shot away? He does. It's into the hands of Fabianski. Has Bowen wasted his career at a club like West Ham? Sure, won Conference League trophy, but this season he's now above West Ham's level. He's carried the team. It's not been there long. I wouldn't say he's wasted his career. And to be fair, West Ham were the only club to take a chance on him when he left and joined Hull. If he keeps doing what he's doing, you saw what happened for Declan Rice. Speaking of the devil, Bowen has played it to Emerson. Say what you want about Spurs, but they look a lot better this year. They do. I think Postecoglou's doing great things for them. It's just their fans are annoying and the media hype. I do think Postecoglou will learn the hard way if he does want to get Spurs to winning trophies. You know, the whole I want to just attack isn't going to work. But I think his philosophy, you know, you compare Postecoglou to Ten Hag. From the minute Postecoglou walked into Spurs, you could see how he wants to play football. And as a squad, yes, Spurs have, in my opinion, some serious good 11 players, as do United. Who's got a better squad? What squad would you rather work with, Spurs or United generally? It's probably United's. So how far does someone like Ten Hag's lack of philosophy go? And you have to big up Postecoglou in that regards. Basuma to Bentacle. Bentacle to Madison. Madison has found Basuma. Basuma. What can he make happen here? To be fair, West Ham just look reactive. They do look half decent when, you know, the Bowens, the Kuduses and Paquetas have been in control, been on the ball, but there's nothing to really waffle about. They could be out of this game by the end of the first half. Werner down this left-hand side again. He tries to put a similar ball into the box. Not quite good this time. Paqueta has found Souček. Souček even dilly-dallying in possession. He's lucky his pocket's not been picked there. Attempts to find a player. He has. It's just Destiny and Doggy. Werner's pull it out of play here. Would you say Spurs play near as identical football as Arsenal? West Ham, you had one job, boy, and it looks like it's gone. Arsenal need to sign Paqueta, please. He's wasting his talent at West Ham. There's a couple players I'd love to have from West Ham, man. I'm going to do a video for no reason about why we should sign Bowen, but Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta. Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta. Them, yeah, I think it's them three. Another throw-in for Spurs on this left-hand side. Post-owned a media question. Does he think United could catch up Spurs? He says that by logic, I should be able to catch up City. I mean, he's doing too much in that regards. I like the ambition, though. Not going to lie, West Ham have good players. Paqueta, Bowen, Kudus, Alvarez. If Andrew Emre managed them, they would be top 4. I haven't seen Postecoglou get top 4 yet, so I can't say that. And I'm sure Emre could do that, but Emre typically fails in the league. To be honest with you, they probably should have sacked David Moyes last year. They had a terrible domestic campaign. It was papered over the cracks of winning the trophy, which is a good, won the Conference League in that. Good trophy for them. But had he not have won that, could he have got the sack? Timo Werner's giving it back to Destiny and Doggy. Again, West Ham just not following runners. Good defending by Paqueta. Good tenacity from Ndoggy. Good for all around here. The move is still that way. Has he given a free kick against West Ham? Thought he played advantage there. Refs called it back. To be fair, good call from the ref because it isn't shoulder to shoulder. Destiny and Doggy was barged in his back. In particular, when Spurs attacked down this left-hand side with Destiny and Doggy and him and Bentacle playing 1-2s and stuff like that, and obviously Werner got an assist, West Ham looked like they're in trouble. Anytime the ball's in West Ham's box, they look shaky. Addison. Yeah, bro, listen, I got respect for David Moyes. He's a serious veteran in the Premier League, but he's not going to be the guy to take West Ham to that next level. James Maddison puts a free kick into the box by his own standard. It's horrible. But Zuma keeps possession for Spurs. Destiny and Doggy heads it first time. Bentancur was in trouble there. Kudus, Ward-Prowse. Destiny and Doggy rectifies his own mistake, and Spurs are on the counter. You know what? The game does explode into life. Kudus is a bit of a letdown, to be honest. How? Explain. Why? As an Arsenal fan, would you have Ndoggy in your combined 11? Yeah, on the at left back. Fit Timber, I'm having Timber ahead of him. But if we had to do a combined Spurs Arsenal 11 and you can't just do the bias thing, I would say I would pick Raya because I'm biased. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I would say Vicario, Benjamin White, Gabriel Saliba, Destiny and Doggy in midfield to keep it in the scheme of combining. Because I'm not really swapping my midfield 11, but I would say Odegaard in the 8, Maddison in the 10, Declan Rice, right wing Saka, left wing Son, up front. You ain't got many strikers in it, so just because it looks good on paper, Gabriel Jesus, James Maddison, and Doggy. See, if he could improve just what, and Doggy's a real player, man. If he could just fine-tune 1-2 elements in his game, there's no looking back. Kofau attacking down this right-hand side for West Ham. Bowen. Haven't seen much of Bowen against what's his name again? I just said it. In Doggy, if I'm honest with you. Destiny and Doggy for the opening 18 minutes. It's just flying forward. He ain't had to do no defending. Really. Spurs haven't. Yeah, there's been a couple corners. Based on the first 18 minutes, the only way I can see Spurs West Ham getting back in it and Spurs making it harder than it needs to be is if they switch off. Because right now, Spurs are just doing the basic competencies. West Ham aren't. Bowen to deliver this corner. It's a decent one. Hey, so good. And as I just said, that's the only way they can get back in the game. The RSPCA will not be happy. Cat lovers will not be happy. But Kurt Zuma, the former Chelsea man, has headed West Ham United back into this game. This commentary shouldn't be free. I told you, look, this is the only way West Ham are getting back in this via a set piece. And as an Arsenal fan, I love that because we're the pioneers of the set pieces. Irons for 90 minutes. So good corner. Lovely, sexy cross from Bowen. And I'm no analyst, but how many times, West Ham have probably had about 3-4 corners and they've all gone to that back post. To be fair, I think Vicario's been let down by his teammates. Obviously, Antonio's doing a good job just blocking off the keeper. But Zuma's run's gone unmarked. And this is the issue with zonal marking. Because when you can see it looks clownish. West Ham, in truth, have been given a lifeline. And hopefully the game for the neutrals explodes into life. But I'll be real with you. You know, Zuma scored. But him and his defensive colleagues need to wake up. Because Spurs have just been doing the competencies. If Son and these guys play to the standard that they can, they're in trouble. If Maddison wakes up a bit, in trouble. I mean, I'll never, in trying to be equal, if I was a Spurs fan, I'd feel a bit hard done by because that's the only way, that's the only thing West Ham have probably done well in this opening 20 minutes, if I'm completely honest with you. Boy. Boy, smash the like button if you haven't, folks. That's right, Raya over Vicario. Raya in set piece is good. I know I'm being harsh, but Raya commands his box well. That's true, but people, but Raya's had his shaky moments, if I'm honest with you. And obviously the Chelsea away, but pick him up. Spurs fans screaming at their telly. Well, West Ham away is not easy, not like that. It's not easy. It's not West Ham away is not easy. It's different. I know my £100 million signing stood up to be counted over these sides. Clean sheets and that. Did we keep a clean sheet before I start capping up a Volkswagen? We did. We batted. We moved to these youths. Kudus. Ward Prowse. I'm not really feeling Kudus on the left-hand side, But then again, you can't move by him. Paqueta, has he found a man? He's found Antonio. It's Bandulu control from Antonio. He's offside anyways. It's a good header for what? It's a good delivery from Bowen and an equally good header from Kurt Zuma. But again, this is why I would not want to be a manager. If you're Postecoglou and you're David Moyes, what on God's green earth are you two thinking at this moment in time? Only 3 Spurs players I like: goalkeeper Maddison, Kulu, Bentacle. But hey, do you know what Spurs players I like? I like the keeper Vicario. I'm a big fan of Destiny and Doggy because I'm not going to lie, every time he plays better, it makes me look good because I did videos years ago on him. Like Van der Veen. I like Romero. I think he's overrated, but I like Romero. I think Romero's I like Bentacle. I wanted him at Arsenal. I must admit, not because of the Spurs bias, but I still rate Basuma, but I don't rate him as much as I did at Brighton. I don't think he's playing to them levels. Obviously, joining a different team might make it difficult. You can't not like Maddison. I don't really rate Brendan Johnson. Now he's going to score in the North London derby. Romero, Kulusevski, a baller. I don't think he's a winger though, but he's part of this new. They're all different, but like Foden, Bernardo, Silva, Cole, Palmer, them kind of wingers. They're more creative players, but they're playing out wide. James Maddison. Boy, I've seen Odegaard turn up at the stadium time and time again. I need to see something, boy. Agenda's got agenda. Slyly's in my FPL team. I know my team made West Ham fans rage quit at halftime, but we didn't go out like this. We gave them a little win in the Emirates and gave them a little League Cup win. That was part of the Declan Rice contract, but they didn't know what was to follow. Doggy is fine. Yeah, it is. That's what she said. Romero, only thing he would be red cards at Arsenal the time. He's a bit hot-headed. He's very rash. But I got a bias to them kind of guys. That's why I like Lisandro Martinez. I like these defenders that are undying to defend. Kofal's hit it into the channels. Has he found Bowen? And Doggy's tried to barge him. Bowen still has it. Good defending by Van der Veen. There's no way, Bowen, you could be looking for a free kick. You better get up and get back in play. Fantastic defending by the Spurs, man. Bentacle. Apologies. Son Heung-min and Doggy, Maddison. If I'm harsh, I think Maddison and Son in particular need to get on the ball and do a lot more because, Maddison, when he's on it, he's the creative hub of the team. Son's a danger man. And, with Maddison and Son, people are going to gravitate towards you lot because of your reputation. There's your teammates that could run into space and take advantage. Son, Pedro Porro, thought he was whacked there. He's giving it to Bowen. Bowen making a bit of a mess of this. Great control by Bowen. Where's that Sarr guy for Spurs? He's good as well. Bowen's won the free kick. This guy's lit, man. I should go and get my signed Mickey Antonio shirt from my wardrobe and put it on a shameless one. Very, very shameless one. I love Rashtons too. Just he needs to know when to do it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why I think I'm a big fan of Gabriel of Arsenal. Obviously, he's a lot more class, so he's cut out those rash moments. But I like aggressive defenders, or at least a hint of it, because I wouldn't describe Saliba and Van Dijk as aggressive defenders, but they are in how they dominate in situations. It's more gracious, but they kind of more guide you into certain areas. They're a bit more classier with it. Mikel Antonio, I can't lie. He's kind of awful sometimes, but he's cool. You've given it away. Bentacle's giving it away as soon as I've said that. Ward Prowse, Kudus, Paqueta. Bro, this guy's a baller, man. It's falling to Bowen here. Can he get the shot away? Good defending by Destiny and Doggy. Vicario doing a madness, but it's in his hands. Yeah, he did have the bozo gene. Gabriel did have the bozo gene. But no one can ever go. Please go back and look at my vids. Go and look at my tweets. I've been backing Gabriel. I've been wrong about many. Kirio, my guy. I've been backing Gabriel from the jump. A few months ago, it's one of my least viewed videos of recent. But when I was saying Gabriel is underrated, he needs his own chant. Boy, Gabriel's PR is crap. Big up Saliba because both of them turned up for us this season. We've got two of the best centre backs and the best duo. But anyway, I genuinely big up Saliba as I said. Wait one sec, Bowen could be in here. Big up Saliba as I said, yeah. But I personally think if you watch that City game, if there's a man of the match between them two, it's Gabriel. He did have the ball so cheap. But Gabriel's becoming classy. And at 26, we've got a real good defender. 27 million quid. Certain man spent 80 million on certain man. It's crazy. Maddison. They're doing a good job getting tight and close to Maddison. You hate when your players go down easily instead of getting up on the break. Just got to get back in, man. When it's clearly but not giving, got to keep it moving. Gabriel saved us bare times, and I'm going to trigger United fans, but when he done the VAR thing against them, and I think Gabriel's relished. He's always been struck me as a leader. That's a good ball. Spurs could be in here again. He's always struck me as a leader, but I think because he's slightly older than Saliba, I think he's kind of patterned up his own game a bit more because he's had to be like the big brother, if that part of me makes sense. Big up you lot for tuning in. Smash the like button. It is 3-1 between Nottingham Forest and who are they playing? Didn't even see. It's cut out. Fulham, apologies. Fulham are bagged. Tolson is bagged. Saliba enables Gabriel. Exactly, and that's what a partnership should have. I would like to see Saliba on the ball a lot more because I don't think that's what Arteta asks of him. But that's what you should do. Football's about relationships, and I mean you've been here, Jay. So you can hear what do I always say? I'm like in England, whatever team you support, the solution, and don't get twisted, you need to spend money for your team to get better. But the solution is always sacking managers and buying players, and the romance is right behind that. As much as it's about like buying a Declan Rice, it's about Arsenal improving. It's about those relationships, Saliba and Gabriel, Odegaard with whoever, Odegaard and Saka, the two strikers, how we press, seeing them things improve. They're not sexy, but it's vital. And I think people sleep on the people improving. Saliba came into the first team properly when it became clear. A cross that shouldn't have come to anything from a Spurs perspective, Fabianski's made it look dramatic. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was a foul on Destiny and Doggy by Antonio, but okay. I don't, you know what? With Gabriel at the start of the season, I wonder, because of them Saudi links, was your head turned? Because Arteta tells the truth, but we all know managers lie. When Arteta is saying Gabriel is out for tactical reasons, based off the season we had defensively last year, it's not really making sense. For me, I'll kind of part that in the same realm of when he's saying, I'm going to play two goalies and that. That anyone that knows football knows that these are, and I'm not knocking Arteta, but these are little white lies. I just say it there. That's just the PR. Van der Veen. Another one, you can go back, watch the stream set. And he looked good in Bundesliga. It's a shame after wishing your downfall. Sir. Man said, sir, I'm even like fed. Basuma. I must admit, West Ham, they look a lot better and the goals giving them a lot more confidence and their performance levels defensively have been a bit better. But they look a bit shaky. And if I was Postecoglou, I'd probably be a bit harsh on my attackers and saying, I need every pass to kind of come off. I need you all to give a couple percentages because I've seen Spurs be clinical this season. I think if they wake up a bit, West Ham defensively, 29 minutes in, people. I don't know if my 2-1 Spurs shout still stands. It's probably out the window. There's probably going to be, fortunately for the neutrals, there's going to be more goals in this, surely. Son. I thought that was a foul for Son. Zuma essentially hugging him. Maddison's done well defensively against Kudus. Kudus looking a bit smelly at the moment. I'm not going to lie. You're not going to be doing your chair celebrations if you continue like this, mate. If you're a United fan, things go from bad to worse. Oh, nah, that weren't really a good ball by Brendan Johnson. Things could potentially be going from bad to worse. Apparently, Lindelof has a hamstring injury. He suffered the problem against Brentford and he'll be unavailable for a month. Boy. Lisandro Martinez has a calf strain suffered in training. And both of those players I just spoke about out for a month. Well, that's That's United not winning against Liverpool then. Boy. There we have it. Congratulations, Liverpool, on the Premier League title. Destiny and Doggy. Bombing forward. Is that ball going to make it to Son? It's a foot race. Zuma's done well there. I'm not going to lie. Zuma's done well there. See if you didn't get that, is Pete. El Nouri scored again. Decent little player he is, the left back. Been linked with Liverpool. How legit them rumours are, who knows? Our former doctor must be doing wonders for United. You know what? I can't comment on them things because I can't see it, but what's going on over there? And it's quite, interesting seeing and I'm not criticizing them. They can do what they want, but David Moyes is, maybe it's because at home he's more animated. He's walking up and down the technical area. Postecoglou every now and again he's saying something, but he's just really standing like that. Basuma, Maddison, Bentacle, Van der Veen. I mean, I guess off the ball, West Ham are doing a great job because Maddison's had to drop very deep, really, to get the ball. And he's found Destiny and Doggy. He's probably received the ball the most times through the lines. He's lost the ball now, however. There's only 3 claret shirts forward and a sea of white shirts. Kudus still has possession for West Ham on this left-hand side. Kofal's making the run. You know in football, when the shit person has made the run, you don't want to get the ball. You act like you can't see them. He slightly did that. Souček. It's been a good reaction from West Ham. Fabianski. What's he going to do? Founds Kofal. Big up the pensioners, Deb. Still, they can play ball. Kofal's Bowen's quick, but he ain't that quick, and he's going to have to be a better pass because Van der Veen is no slouch himself. Vicario's giving it back to his centre-back. Ooh, okay. Basuma's pass. Good thing it hit the keeper. Who do you reckon gets top 4, Spurs or Villa? Unfortunately, figures, I think Spurs. I'd love for it to be Aston Villa. And you know what? Emre against us scares me. But I just think, as an Arsenal fan, I'm always going to hold the league campaigns against Emre. And he flatters to deceive. And more time, when it's the crunch moments, like it is now, it goes left 9 times out of 10. Van der Veen. Bentacle. Basuma. At least we've been treated to 2 goals. It ain't been the most exciting of watches, but it has not been the worst. By any stretch of the imagination. James Maddison. Van der Veen. Finds Maddison. Maddison to Basuma. But look how deep Maddison, again, is. I guess it's testament to West Ham's team shape. And Maddison can obviously drop deep and play football, but, you want your creative player in and around the area. Brennan Johnson, been very quiet since he scored. Tries to find Son. Eventually finds Fabianski's gloves. Needed to be better there. Boy. Fabianski, what we doing here, mate? It's going long. That's a poor kick. What do I know? Souček has plucked out the sky with his chest. And West Ham are on the ball here. Ward-Prowse. This pass hasn't quite come off. It did take a slight knock. Let's hear Van der Veen, folks. I mean, it's been an interesting opening 34 minutes. Again, apologies for the timer and all of that stuff, people. It's out of the guy's control. Paqueta. Arteta, man. Edu. Paqueta's the one, man, in that left 8. Bowen. Oh, that's a late one. That's surely a free kick. Romero, that was silly. Very rash from Romero. I'm not sure why the refs haven't word, though. Silly tackle. The ball's there to be won, but I mean, his trailing legs kind of taking him, but there was no need to try and snap it in the window. Ball went out wide. It looked like Spurs could have defended the situation. Now there's a dead ball, a free kick in a more dangerous area than how it would have looked like in play. I mean, you've got Paqueta and Kudus and Bowen, all these guys you probably fancy, and then you've got The one that probably sits there and says, stand away from it, probably the best free kick taker in the Premier League or dead ball taker in the Premier League, Ward-Prowse. He's in my FPL team, so am I. If you fancy doing something, now's the time. A Spurs fan told me that their best team when fit is the best in the league. Win the league then. They got the best defense, as we were told in September. Fair enough. Oh, Paqueta. Is Paqueta going to take this? Surely Ward-Prowse. If Paqueta scores this time out, Ward-Prowse goes for it. Vicario can't catch it. He punches it. Timo Werner hooks it clear. Doesn't really hook it anywhere of any importance for Spurs. He's still in a good area for West Ham. Well, not anymore. Paqueta's giving it away. Basuma. Throwing over there. Ref, who's that come off? It's a bit unclear. You'd expect your keeper to save it. Decent effort. And, don't get it twisted. Technically, for us normal football fans, that's a fantastic free kick and fantastic technical level to do that. But in relation to the Premier League, it's hit the target. You'd be disappointed if Vicario, well, not me, but if you're connected to Tottenham, you'd be disappointed if Vicario conceded that. Probably did see it a bit late. It is wet. So he probably took no chances and just punched it. And that's another thing for both teams. The ball might just bobble in the air and whatnot. Van der Veen's found Destiny and Doggy. Thought the ref said it was a West Ham throw. And I'm actually right. The remaining London rivals going to do a Porto against us. Boy. I just want to beat Spurs, beat Chelsea, beat United. Pardon me, sorry for the yawning. Antonio battling down this right-hand side. You never could get a free kick for that. It's a throw-in. I don't think you can complain. Antonio, you're like 6 foot odd, defo benching 100 and something kg. You're trying to win fouls that 5'3", 5'8" technical midfielders would win. You're never getting that. Bowen could win them fouls. Could foul with a throw-in on this right-hand side. Not quite sure who he's gonna find. Is he just going to lump it long in the hopes of finding Antonio and putting it into the box? Souček is standing on Vicario. This could be something. Oh, the throw's not that good. Basuma's headed it clear. Ward-Prowse. Emerson. Mohamed Kudus on this left-hand side. Oh, he's massively overhit that cross. Bowen's plucked it out the sky. Gerard Bowen's earned the corner. Luton definitely will be annoying tomorrow, but should be winnable. They're definitely not just going to... I don't think they're going to get battered. I want to be wrong, of course, but they're not going to get battered. I don't think we're going to see the 4s, 5s, 6s that we've become accustomed to at our football club. And apologies about the timer, folks. It's 38 minutes on the clock. And shout out to Newcastle and Everton, because that game was paused once the sun went down to allow Muslim players to break their Ramadan fast. So big up them for that. West Ham have reacted well to, I wouldn't necessarily say conceding, but scoring. Bowen on this right-hand side. Is it going to be another corner? Another West Ham corner. I predict 3-1 tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I'll be annoyed if we don't keep it. You've got two clean sheets against City. I want more. Goal difference is kind of vital. We'll be like 2 or 1. 3 points is the most important metric. We all know this. But yeah, man, I would love to score a lot of goals and whatnot. I think physically we won't be as fit and firing because we played not that long ago, but I should reckon we get the job done. Ball into the box, Vicario with an important touch. It's moment, do you know what? It's videos like, if man say videos, it's games like this. I would love to see videos come out with, I know they won't share their secrets, but David Moyes' preparation for the game. This is a great run by Brendan Johnson. Curse of the commentator's been cut out. Just because I don't know, but they must have worked on putting these set pieces or crosses, especially from the right-hand side, the in-swingers to the Vicario's back post. They must have worked on that. There must have been something. Because there's several of them now. Boy. Isaac bagged again. That's 5 goals and 1 assist in his last 4 games. Bring him to the carpet. Do the right thing, man. Gerard Bowen. Another one welcome at the carpet. This game's not the most enjoyed. It's kind of died down now. Paqueta with a switch of play. That's a good switch of play to Mohamed Kudus. Kudus on the ball. What can he do? Emerson. Is Emerson a full-time West Ham player or is it a loan from Chelsea? No way he can be another player on loan from Chelsea. Another corner for West Ham. Arsenal must score in the first 20 minutes tomorrow. They play at their best when they lead and pull the opposition team out of their low block. To be fair, though, I can't remember his name, but the Luton player was on Sky Sports and he was saying our season won't be defined by Arsenal away. So does that mean we can expect a fearless approach? They know Tottenham are one of the worst at conceding at set pieces. I never knew that, and that's good analytical homework. Ward-Prowse to take this one. Very scary sight in Premier League football. Not for us, though. You know, when Arsenal turned up, this was like work. Maddison's going to have to be very strong against Souček there. James Maddison puts it into the box. It's headed out by Destiny and Doggy. Says, oh, wow, I thought they got the foul. I thought it was clearly shown that Maddison was fouled there. Kofal swings another cross in. Pedro Porro wins the header. Unfortunately, it falls to Ward-Prowse. Bentancur anticipated it, got his body there, and won a free kick for Spurs, and that relieves the pressure. Paqueta has got to be careful because he's kicked the ball to the nice Spurs from taking it quickly. Guerrero's guy making noise. Looks like people want him. They're playing Benfica today, isn't it? So these are the games people are probably going to be looking at. Yeah, bring him. I just saw one tight range finish. These are the goals I want to see Gabriel Jesus score. Bring him. Bring him and Isaac. Bring them. Dream chasing rather than Tony. He's doing a Chelsea United watch along and doing a double watch along for City Villa. Not sure on the double one. Chelsea United, that's on Thursday, isn't it? I'm waiting on some other content ideas to get confirmed with some creators, and then probably definitely Arsenal Luton tomorrow. Did Maddison get a bit of revenge on Paqueta there? Ref don't care about that. He's wave play on. 2 minutes to go into the end of the half. Brennan Johnson of Spurs tries to play a 1-2. But if you're going to play the 1-2, the first pass has to be good. Brennan Johnson's crap, man. I can't lie. Whether he scores or not, since scoring, he's not done that. I actually think he's crap. I don't think many footballers are crap. You're obviously not that crap. You're playing Premier League football, but you're like 50 million Spurs, really? Ball over the... Oh, West Ham, is this a 2v2? That's a brilliant tackle by Van der Veen. And he's done well to just throw the ball. Because it looked like a 2v2. And Van der Veen weren't cute or clever enough because he's been booked for it. Intentionally threw the ball away. But it looked like a 2v2 on a West Ham attack. I mean, if Ward-Prowse could have joined the attack a lot quicker, if Antonio had the vision to look up, Spurs could have been in trouble there. Van der Veen's done brilliant. But he's on a yellow card now is the problem. Boy, throw in for West Ham. Looks like the rumoured targets are Zuma, Mendy, Guerrero's Monday. Knowing Eddie, it will be Andre, Fred, the striker, and Conor Gallagher. Bit harsh because Eddie's gone out and got the targets recently. Drawing to an end of this first half, Maddison has found Timo Werner. Werner up against the experienced Kofal. There's a sea of claret shirts and not many white shirts in support. And Werner's running into blind alleys. Fortunately for Spurs, he's managed to find Destiny and Doggy. No slander of the Welsh. See English so privileged getting Euros, but because he's at his club, I have to join for once. Nah, there's bare Welsh footballers that are good. We had Aaron Ramsey. Bell was lit. Come on, man. Brendan Johnson is rubbish, man. When I say rubbish, I don't mean like you're dead, like you should be in League 2, but come on, man. You shouldn't be starting Premier League games for Spurs. You should be on the bench, impact player. Nottingham Forest are laughing the money they spent on him. Living off his dad's famous name. Bentancur. Maddison. James Maddison sprays it to this right-hand side. Brennan Johnson, the goal scorer. Pedro Porro, Kudus with some defending. Corner kick to Spurs. Spurs' right-hand side got to get, well, they got to get them in the game a bit more. I think they need to find a solution with that. I think Maddison needs to start being allowed to, well, I don't know how you go against it, but Maddison's having to drop too deep to play passes, which is always a good thing. You know, with a David Moyes side, they're going to be stubborn. I think West Ham have woken up a lot defensively. It looked like honestly, even though I didn't see any signs, but it felt like Spurs could score 3-4 early doors. Corner kick to Spurs is terrible from Pedro Porro, really throwing for Spurs. You're not the only one that can't see the time. I'm having timer issues. I apologize. But the show must go on. Maddison, bobbing and weaving. James Maddison, this could be promising. Another corner for Spurs. I don't know what Souček is appealing there, but he's not got it. Boy. What's going on in the world of football? Paguera has played more accurate through balls than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues this season, bro. That left 8. Paqueta is yours, man. If you want it. 2 minutes of added on time, folks. 2 minutes of added on time. There must have been about 10 corners now between the two sides. Maddison takes it. Kurt Zuma wins the header, but Zuma taps it into the path of Bentancur. He goes for it. Oh, the camera tricked me. I thought it went in, but it whistled wide. And that should bring us close to the end of the first half, which it does. Spurs 1, West Ham 1. What have you lot made of the game so far, people? What are your thoughts in relation to it? Again, Spurs took the lead with Brennan Johnson very early into the game before Kurt Zuma via a corner drew them level. Good first 20 minutes. Obviously, Brennan Johnson scored in the 5th minute. Zuma scored in the 19th. Well, in terms of shots, there's been 2 shots on target for both sides. In shots in general, West Ham have had 5 with 2 on target. Spurs have had 3 shots with 2 on target. Spurs have had 70% of the ball. West Ham only 30%. In fact, West Ham have only played 138 passes in comparison to Spurs' 342. In terms of corners, I went for 10. I wasn't far. West Ham have had 6 corners. Spurs have had 3, so 9 in total. And if you support Man United, Newcastle, and probably West Ham, all with slim hopes of getting Champions League football, you're hoping that Spurs drop all points today. If you're Aston Villa, at this moment in time, you're 2 points clear of Spurs. So you're also hoping that they drop points. So, not that Arsenal have to be fearful of Spurs, but I'm always praying on the downfall. You've got Arsenal, Villa, Man United, West Ham, and Newcastle fans all hoping on Spurs' downfall currently. Yeah, there's no chance, in my opinion. It would take a massive collapse from Tottenham to really drop out of this top 4 race. I think it's between Spurs and Villa. And I don't think Villa are going to do it. Again, I want to be wrong. I don't think Villa are going to do it. So I think Spurs will accomplish 4th place in Postecoglou's first year. And then the table will just sort itself out like that. Oh, Chelsea got 40 points, 28 games played. That's crazy. For £1 billion spent, that's crazy. Paqueta got links to City. It's probably done. It probably would have been done last year if it wasn't for he had his own little betting things. Honestly, I say we should go for Julian Alvarez. I would love that, but I think we can end City selling players to Arsenal now. It'd be a lovely signing, but I don't think it's going to happen, man. They make him available, who knows? But he just signed a new contract recently. But he would have been lit. And he can also play out wide as well. What a player. Bro, in the Man City match, we played like we didn't want to score. A bit harsh, but I'm exhausted when it comes to Arsenal City. Burnley could stay up. I guess mathematically, I think the table's going to stay how it is right now, though. In Sheffield United, bottom, Burnley, 19th, Luton, 18th. But you never know. If, God forbid, and goal difference plays a part. But Luton would draw level with Nottingham Forest if, obviously, they win tomorrow. Ooh, well, to be fair with you, even Everton are in it though. There's only 3 points separating Everton, Nottingham Forest, and Luton. I mean, as long as it's mathematically possible, you can fight. But I think I think Sheffield United, they own 15 points. They're definitely gone. Burnley, I think company's too naive for the Prem. I don't think there's enough quality there gone. I think Luton are gone, but you never know. We've seen people pull off a great escape. On another day, I think Forest could have been in trouble. Everton could have been in trouble, but I just think the 3 teams that got promoted are a lot worse. In my opinion. Big up Stylish in the cup. Isaac, 77 goal contributions, excluding pens in 133 matches. Considering the clubs he has played for, him and Marcus Thuram and Victor Osimhen are the only tier 1 strikers that fit where we are now. Isaac lit. Osimhen lit. Thuram, good player, but I don't know about that. I'm just not convinced on Marcus Thuram. I like him a lot. I'd have him in the squad, but bit overrated. Big him up though. 10 goals and 10 assists in 28 games. That's lit. You know, there's got to be something in the water in Italy because I see some Bandulu players go over there and start scoring goals. And in Serie A, in 28 games, he's got 10 goals, 10 assists. In League One in France, 64 appearances, 12 goals, 4 assists. In the Bundesliga, he played 111 times, got 34 goals and 22 assists. You're not fooling me, Dread. You're not fooling me. Obviously, at 26, he's probably hit his peak in that, and he is a good player, but you're not fooling me, Dread. Gabriel Jesus ain't our striker, though, Techers. He's not, though. You don't know what we're doing. And Gabriel Jesus got 4 Prem titles. Don't do that, Tekker Dave. What happened at the Emirates? See what you're doing. What happened at the Emirates? I heard you never walk alone. Why was Van Dijk on his own? What happened to Bradley at Old Trafford? Like, man, took 4 points. Like, man, new kids on the block now. Please. You're telling me you defeated Arsenal in their own trophy, which is the FA Cup, to go play like that at Old Toilet? You thought you was lit when Harvey Elliott scored, didn't it? Stop bringing them kind of youths to the battlefield, man. Bro, don't beef me. Kai Havertz been playing up front. We're lit. We're challenging for a title. We ain't got a clinical striker. We got different systems. It's like Pep when he was doing the false 9 thing. Our thing is different. Andrew, can't hear you in second. I don't look at the league table. I didn't even know Arsenal was second. I'm just happy to be here. Whatever you say about my football club, we do drillings, innit? We've done drillings. Called some sleepless nights. We're not Spurs. Don't try to put us into that. We've called sleepless nights. And you lot know sooner rather than later, Mikel Arteta's going to bag something for Arsenal. I'm not saying we're going to dominate the division and that, but you know we're going to do something. What did you say? I can't hear you. Did you say double? Champions League and Premier this year? I never said that. I think I heard someone say that. That would be a dream. But hey, don't make Bukayo Saka come from the academy and win stuff. And Spurs fans, if you're trying to giggle at Liverpool fans making Arsenal bants, if you lot ever let Mikel Arteta retire from professional football, go on a little apprenticeship at City, become our manager, back-to-back 8s and win a league before you. I don't make the rules. Lukaku looks reborn in Italy. Bro, there's serious tax in Italy. I've got nothing but respect for Italian league and stuff like that, but I've seen 50-year-old Arnautovic go over there and bag goals. I've seen Ademola Lookman look good over there. Xerxes looks a bit easy. It actually looks like a good player. But I think when it comes to scoring goals in Italy, for me, I think there's an exchange rate that has to be applied. You know, if goals were a currency, I don't think you do that. Do you think in the next 18 months, Arsenal can win a major trophy according to Turkish? Not sure what you mean by the Turkish things, but I think we're on the right trajectory, but I can't say it's a definite. I still think there's experience, things we need to go through. We need to improve our depth. We do need a clinical bagsman, a striker. There's no way around it. And I think we need more of a consistent plan B when things aren't going our way. Not to say we haven't got resilience. Not to say, Arteta stunk out the place at the Etihad, which was lovely. But I think before I could say, like, if I was a Real Madrid or a City fan, I'd say, yeah, we're definitely bagging something. I don't think that's us. Top red DG. You got to be, man. Listen, Arsenal making me want to puff out chest again. You see what we're doing? Boy, I know what we do in the top 6, innit? Like, who's beat us in the top 6 this season? God, please. And if you clip this out of context, you're a dickhead, innit? But in months to come or weeks to come, big up you lot. I know we threw it away against Chelsea where he beat us. I knew we threw it away against Spurs where he beat us. I know we went to Anfield in the Etihad and walked away with something. I've been seeing Van Dijk make mistakes at the Emirates. I see Reece Nelson and Lacazette scare him. You know what my team does, innit? Like, Arteta's a madman. You know what we do, innit? It's not my fault. I'm just talking facts. Big Ange hype. Yeah, you can do that. We don't want to be loved. We're supposed to be hated. It's Arsenal. Boring Arsenal. All these things are ringing true. Andrew, don't bread us. Our record is amazing. And you lot try to say, oh, City. We kept a clean sheet, mate. We kept a clean sheet against Manchester City. Oh, they score all these goals at home. They haven't been able to score and whatever. Arteta said, forget all of your data crap. We're Arsenal, mate. You lot hate us. Please, you know, don't compare your centre backs to Gabriel or Saliba. Don't compare your star boys to Saka, even if he has a day off. You know Declan Rice is lit. We're doing things over here, man. We're doing crazy things. And you know, in the summer, we're going to do something lit. We're going to do something amazing. Declan Rice is joining over we're lit now, man. Martinelli's lit. Wait, just give us 18 months to 3 years. To be honest, by then, I reckon Chelsea and United will be back. And Liverpool fans, boy, make sure this projects, you know. You thought he's getting Javi Alonso, isn't it? Woo-wee. You're at that stage now where all your fans, especially the content creators, you lot are getting linked with managers. Everyone's going and looking at these players managers and swearing blind. They know their philosophies and whatnot. Hey, make sure Trent, Van Dijk, Salah all sign new deals. Boy. So all it takes is Arteta to win the Premier and the Champs with fans allowed in the stadium and Klopp's legacy is rubbed out. Fair enough. Agendas have to agenda, man. Chelsea are in the trenches. They aren't going anywhere. I think they can fix that up. Liverpool getting Rafa Benitez. They're not getting Rafa Benitez, man. That's got to be trolling, some late April Fool's joke. I don't know if you're reading, but I hope so, though. I think he is the man. He just got sacked from Celta Vigo, man. They're not getting him. That's a shot below the belt. You have to. It is what it is. If Arteta, if you don't win a trophy, I'm going to crash on everyone. He's already won a trophy, English Super Cup in August, which is arguably, you could argue that is the hardest trophy out of the champs, the FA Cup and the Premier League to win, purely because it's the first game of the season. As we all know, in pre-season, your team's not fit. A lot of people at different fitness rates. You've got new players integrating, and it comes really thick and fast. Pause. So, yeah, man, we've already won a trophy. Don't do that. Steven Gerrard's the man, or Craig Bellamy or something. Sunday was all a blur. That's the last time I watched Arsenal with my family. Oh, man. I can't lie, man. If we've got 9 games left, Arsenal fans. 9. Just 9. Like, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. And I still don't think we're winning the league. I think it's Liverpool's to lose. And with the injuries with United now, Liverpool are definitely winning that. But if there is a slip-up, do whatever. Wait till you come to our ground. We'll end your hopes. That's cool. That's as close as you're going to get to being in a title debate. That's cool. We'll have that, Spurs. What a trophy, Spurs. That's great, man. Mark, you're a cool guy because you clearly know content creators, but I'm not speaking with the greatest of respect to you, not your club. I'll accept verbal from City, from Liverpool, from Chelsea, from Man United. I've seen them do it. I ain't seen Spurs do anything. Football ends tomorrow. Arsenal have done Invincibles and Wenger and that. Liverpool have done what they're doing. All the other clubs have done what they're doing. Spurs? Staying unbeaten under Pochettino at White Hart Lane? Fair enough. That's another reason I need Arsenal to get back to the top, because 3-point lane is a scary place to go to now. But, Eddie Nketiah did the job against a World Cup winning centre-half last year. So, where are we at with that? But forget all of that, man. James Milner to Liverpool as the manager. Here we go. Matisse is stressed. He's wondering how many more years he has to endure mid-table. He doesn't know. To be fair, I think United with structural changes could start a positive trajectory. Chelsea just need a manager that knows what they're doing. A manager that's going to, not to gas up Arteta, but that's going to do what Arteta is saying. These are the 20 or 15 players I'm betting on. We need to get these ones gone and bring this in. That's what we did. Chelsea got too many players. There's too much money that's been spent and nothing to show for it, really and truly. You don't get there overnight. Like, in the same way Arsenal, when, you know, Emre was thinking up the place and Arteta back-to-back 8th, we did not get to that level overnight. It does not happen overnight. That's your Spurs. That's been happening since the jump in it, really. But United don't find themselves where they're at overnight. It weren't just one season and everything's been, you know, put down the toilet. Since Ferguson's left, it's been ran like a circus. Whatever you have to say about that, it's Man United. You've had Jose, Van Gaal, 2 great managers. And what's going on? Xhaka winning the Bundesliga this season. I can't wait for that. But hey, I wish Xhaka stayed at the club, man. I think we need him in the left 8. I still think that void is still there. And it's not been filled. Shout out to Jorginho. Shout out to Partey coming back to full fitness. Fabio Vieira had a little opportunity in August. It didn't bang. Need someone. Isaac is just doing the business. Arsenal signing, man. Wait, what's going on here? You look at the Spurs game on. Is it changed channel? What the hell is going on here? Why is it showing some American done? What the hell? I'm still here, folks. Why did my TV change channel? Okay. Sky, what's that? Let's put that back on that. And I hope Arsenal are watching this because I can't lie, Spurs rely too much on their fullbacks, man. It reminds me of Zinchenko last year. There's too much reliance on the fullbacks for creativity. I'm still backing, unfortunately, my prediction of Spurs to win 2-1. Of course, I'd love to be wrong. And I have to say it again, I don't envy these managers. Imagine the stress levels for Postecoglou and David Moyes. And that's just 45 minutes of football. And there's been 29, 30 games played. It's absolutely mad. Let me sit back down and take my seat anyway. Second half, soon kick off once again, folks. It's 1-1 with it all to play for. Yeah, but that's Fabio Vieira's life story at Arsenal. And the thing is, I like Fabio Vieira. He needs to eat food. He needs to go to his grandma's house and not leave until you need to return back to the Emirates fat. To the point where Arteta is moving like Pep when he's saying Calvin Phillips and Nunez are overweight. You need to get more robust, or you need to just ask Bernardo Silva how he adapted to the Prem. And you need to stay fit because a circle would be the best way for me to describe Fabio Vieira's career at Arsenal. You get some cameos, you do well, you get the occasional start. It's a bit so-so, but it's something to build upon. And then you're back to where you wanted to. Unfortunately, I forgot the timer don't work. We're having technical difficulties, man. El Nouri's good, man. We had your own fans stressing mid-game in your own ground. Could have won it. So did Luton. And so could have Luton. They didn't win it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, man. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, man. It coulda, woulda, shoulda business. I don't want to hear that. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's a football match. It's a Premier League football match against a top 6 side. We expect that. Coulda. That's like you got punched up and you're saying, well, I got a couple punches in, though. It's cool. You can sleep at night. You went out like a soldier, but you still lost, though. But on a serious note, banter aside, Mark, Arsenal, if we're going to get to where we need to, you need to be able to go to Spurs now and get results, generally speaking, this season and beyond. Anfield, I love the performance, but it's now about winning there. Etihad the same, but it's now about winning there. I know City have gone everywhere and won. Ironically, they struggle against Spurs as well, but it's mad because there's a reality where City could win the league and their top 6 record or head-to-head against the top 6 could be crazy. So what does that show you? It's a marathon. It's not about winning, but it is about winning battles, of course, but it's about winning the war. If the 38-game calendar was that. So long lumping ball forward by West Ham. Romero's mopped up there. Pedro Porro and Basuma have helped it on its way. Basuma, I was just about to say it was going to be a good pass, but he did not want Maddison to have any chance there. Manon! What's Souček of West Ham doing here? Killed Kudus. Somehow West Ham still have it. Shades of a playground match, if I'm honest with you, at points. Fabio, good player, needs to learn from Silva. And I think, with 9 games left, obviously Fabio could have some good games and have some good cameos. But if we're still saying this about him this time next year, probably need to head out on loan or review next steps. Romero made a mess of that. It's a throw-in to West Ham United. What's going on there? Both teams giving the ball away rather cheaply on occasion. And speaking of cheaply, Spurs have given it away on the edge of the area. Mikel Antonio's a snake. He shot and he did force a save from Vicario, which he did well. You'd expect him to make it. But he could have played that to Kudus, and it genuinely could have been 2-1 West Ham. That's a ball from Kudus, and it's a corner to West Ham. Both teams need to wake up. And Vicario going absolutely ballistic. Bentancur bugging out there. Series of errors. To be fair, Antonio's entitled to strike it. He does strike it, true. But it's a save. Take nothing away from Vicario. He's been one of the best keepers in the Prem this year. It's one you'd expect him to make. Lucas Paqueta still has that release clause in his contract. What he's saying, DG, should Eddie make calls? Would love him at the carpet, but he's going City, in my opinion. Corner kick, West Ham. Oh, save from Vicario. It's through the legs of Antonio. The offside flag came up anyways. 48 minutes on the clock. Just kicked off the second half. Spurs are sleeping. I don't think some of these Spurs defenders had their half-time Lucozade or coffee or anything. Sleeping. To be fair, Antonio would have been offside anyways. That's a great save from Vicario. But his teammates in front of him need to wake up. Pardon me, Romero. Basuma. In fact, unfortunately, big up Dale, you're a great guy, but he just... just a child friend that I've known for 20 plus years, but unfortunately, he's a Spurs fan. Let's see his opinions on the game if he picks up his phone. Knowing him, he's not going to. He'll only pick up when Spurs win, Oh.
He's up.
All right, my fan said that you wouldn't pick up the phone unless Spurs were winning. I didn't doubt you, man.
What do you mean?
What's your thoughts on the game, bro? It's 1-1.
Calm London Derby, bro.
Calm London Derby. The game was over. West Ham fans were on the train when we played them.
You didn't do that on Sunday, man. Shout out.
What do you mean? We didn't lose. We are ahead of you. What are you talking about Sunday? It's Tuesday. Why are you sounding defensive? Bowen's in.
Championship level.
Why are you... Paqueta? Oh, Paqueta with a shot just wide. Why are you talking... Well, you sound insecure. I'm just calling my friend to ask him about the current scores of West Ham 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Yeah, well, I asked you, what do you think of the game, bro? Why are you doing this?
Huh?
Why are you being bad defensive, being rude, man? Come on. Like, what's your thoughts on the game?
It's calm, innit? We started well. I knew this was going to happen. Wouldn't be surprised if West Ham go on to win, really. We don't do well. We start a game well. We know what's going to happen. We either start a game well and end it bad, or start a game bad and end it good. We don't do both.
Are you still screaming Romero starts for Arsenal?
Yeah, 100%. Man.
Why?
Argentinians. It's one World Cup.
What are you talking about? Mustafi's a World Cup winner. What are you on about?
Look at it. Look at the club levels. Amazing.
Many of your players don't get in our starting 11, innit? Hardly any of your players get in our starting 11, innit?
Don't worry, man.
Vicario, maybe. Ndogi, yeah. Son, yeah.
Exactly.
Big up Madison, but I'm not swapping no for him.
Yeah, man.
Your manager, before I let you go, your manager said you're in the title race. He said you're only a couple of points off City. Are you still hopeful about that?
100%.
What? So Spurs are in the title challenge?
Yeah.
Bye, man. Crazy. At least you lot can see, I'm not making this up. That's our correspondent over them sides. Man said, Romero, shout out the members. You go and buy in game. Would love to, but Myth. Who's going to do the watch-alongs? Yeah. Hey, Vesta, are you Churam's agent? Because I see you comment my videos. You always gas up Churam. Big up you for always watching the content. I'm not having the Churam stuff. I can't lie to you. I'm not convinced. I'll hold my hands up and say I'm wrong. Madison's found a great pass to Son Heung-min. But they are on. Anytime Son has the ball, rightly so, they're onto him. There's no space for him to bob and weave, even though he's a great player at that. Ooh, Brendan Johnson just sent Kudus for a bagel. Finds Madison. Madison trying to fashion a shot. He does get this shot. It's been half cleared by West Ham. It's still alive here from a Spurs perspective. Kudus. Can West Ham clear their lines? Eventually with Souček, are they going to be able to get out their own half? Antonio's done very well for West Ham there, really. Well, ref, I think they've got advantage there. Wait. Has he given the foul against West Ham? I think he's given it against Antonio. That's crazy. One thing that I was kind of annoyed at City game was Trossard not passing to Martinelli, but I rewatched it and saw Guardiola. Trossard's first touch didn't help him. Time is we're having technical difficulties. Look, it's not starting. I don't know what the issue is. So when I come off this, got to get it fixed. And we go again tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna have to put up with it. Like a bit like the early days of when I used to start watch-alongs, really. I think Bentancur's all right. That defo hurt. Very late tackle by Antonio on him. Romero's taking it quickly. He's found Pedro Porro. Maddison happened too quickly for Maddison. It's here with Bentancur. Brennan Johnson. That's a great cross. That's a great cross. Unfortunately, no one's been able to put it in the back of the net from a Spurs perspective. Very threatening, low-driven ball. Werner, Destiny and Doggy, James Maddison. And again, in the second half, you can see, even though it's the early exchanges, Maddison's a lot higher up the field. All Spurs could be in here. Pedro Porro just crowded out. There's just too many Spurs shirts. Maddison swiped at it with his left peg. Big up yourself, H. Are you going to make a breakdown if Ben White plays because he's been classed this year? What do you mean breakdown? I've been making hella individual videos about Benjamin. Some Spurs fans genuinely believe they'll finish above us. It's crazy. Thursday is a mid-off Man United versus Chelsea. That's why I watch along could be great, because there's going to be a series of errors in that game. Wait, is it at the Stamford Bridge? I swear they're typically 0-0s. It's a bit boring in that regards. That's the worst. Doing a watch along and it's 0-0. That's actually the worst. It's, well, funny enough, Sunday, but you get the point. Excluding Sunday. Man said Fabio Vieira needs to take steroids. Ten Hag is United's Emery. Slightly. To a degree. Kurt Zuma. Mavropanos. He's come a long way since his Arsenal days, ain't he? Kofal venturing forward for West Ham. Bit more of an even contest now. Well, because of the commentator, Bowen, of all people, is giving it away rather cheaply. And this would be his fault if Spurs score from this. Maddison's found Son Heung-min. Son. Brendan Johnson on this right-hand side. But that's what you're going to get from a David Moyes side. They're going to get bodies back. Spurs still have it here. Maddison. Twisting and turning. Finds Pedro Porro. This is a great play. Unfortunately, it's just that final touch. Basuma goes for goal. It's whistled wide. It's just that final pass, or better yet, that final action from Spurs when they're in the final third. Just when it falls to the one player that wants to have a shot, they just simply put crowded out, folks. Can't lie, I thought Basuma's effort must have deflected or someone. The replay makes it look a lot worse than it is. United away to Chelsea. Who would be good for Man U as their manager? Honestly, not a clue. Not a clue. But I do think that Gary O'Neill guy is a good manager. They were linked with him. In fact, Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate. Man United need Gareth Southgate. I think Pep Guardiola should pack up if they get Gareth Southgate, man. Please don't get Gareth Southgate. I hope them links aren't true. It's the end of football. Ten Hag, no, give seriously, Ten Hag. In my opinion, Ten Hag is so good, so good. Like, you could argue he's more innovative than Pep Guardiola. He needs to, I think they should give him more time. They could go to an FA Cup final. He has won a trophy, and he has had to deal with a lot of injuries. Bowen down this right-hand side. Destiny and Doggy sticking close to him like a rash. Bowen still has the ball. You know, you're getting a video. Paqueta's tried to play it back to him. Lucas Paqueta, he tried to do the DG. It didn't bang. It didn't bang. You can't, only certain man can do the screaming thing. Yeah, it's at the bridge, but I'm there for the Madison Mount Dagger. I can't lie. When Brentford have 31 shots at your goal, I'm screaming on new manager. I don't know how Ten Hag's still in with a job. I think he's gone at the end of the season, man. There's nothing for you to hang on to. You could scumbag a trophy and take it from there, but yeah, there's purely because, again, you look at Postecoglou, they're not going to sack him, but if Postecoglou got sacked right now, for argument's sake, you can at least see, inverted fullbacks, whether you like it or not, what's the opposite of risk averse? I don't know the word, but he's very risky. It doesn't really matter what the game's like. He still wants to attack. I remember he made Emerson Royal look like a half decent player. Like, you can see what he tries to do. Ten Hag, on the other hand, if he leaves Man United tomorrow, yes, he's won a trophy and that's his little bit of history. But what is their philosophy? No idea, really, as a fan, if you was a fan, to see how they progress from back to front. Inconsistencies in front of goal, numerous players, underperforming, a lot of money spent, crisis with injuries, which, to be fair, goes beyond Ten Hag, baffling team selections, team decisions, team selections, deteriorating player relationships 9 times out of 10, in a day and age where player power is very important, and you've got to either do what Arteta did and, quite frankly, eliminate the players that don't see eye to eye with you, or you've got to be a bit of a diplomat. Not done either. There's not a single good thing about Eric Ten Hag. I'm sure internally there is, and I don't watch Man United week in, week out, but it doesn't make sense to keep him. Obviously, I don't know how much compensation he'd be due if you sacked him and that. But yeah, Spurs, speaking of that, as we approach the hour mark, seem to have woken up a bit as well, and they've got every West Ham player camped in their half. But Zuma asked a lot of Brennan Johnson, and Brennan Johnson's touch wasn't the best. It's gone out of play there. Spurs starting to force the issue a bit. Do you think Ten Hag is the problem or the players drowning? Both. Some of those players have been under several managers now. And I'm not being funny, The only, even though he's playing good, the only players, if I supported Man United, I would have some luxuries for, is Kobe Mainoo, because he's playing good and he's a young, fresh to this stuff. I know Garnacho's frustrating by United fans, but he's young and fresh to this stuff. Everyone else, like, obviously the players that have been injured, but you've got players that have, been signed for X amount of million, relative experience. Rashford's been there forever. Casemiro's experience, Varane's experience. There's several others. They need to take accountability. Son, Zuma's done well there. Zuma's lucky there was an extra bounce, because it looked like Son might have had him on ropes there. Kurt Zuma trying his best William Saliba impression, galloping forward. Poor from Antonio. You're going to get sub soon, surely. Van der Veen, easiest bit of defending he's had to do. It's a lovely turn by Maddison. Oh, Son just had to hold his run a bit too much. James Maddison eventually gives it back to Son. Son Heung-min, Brennan Johnson, back to Son. Can he fashion a shot? He squares it. Maddison wanted a million years on the ball. Surely a free kick for Spurs. Ref don't agree with me. Ward-Prowse has hooked it. Raw! Is Antonio onside? Great defense. No, I spoke too soon. No! Antonio, you better pray to God you're offside. You better pray to God you're offside. You have to score. With half an hour left, you have to score. As I said, Spurs have been taking the control of proceedings. They've been throwing the punches, but they will just hit against the run of play. It's a fantastic ball over the top by James Ward-Prowse. Don't get twisted. Antonio had a lot to do. Initially, as you heard me say, it looked like great defending from Van der Veen. Then he took a tumble, and I think everyone was expecting it to go in. I'm not quite sure how Paqueta's got away with that foul on Maddison just before, or better yet, the incident that led to that, but fair enough. Nah. I might be exaggerating, but that has to be one of the misses of the season. That has to be. It should be 2-1 West Ham. And that's the thing, Antonio, when you're mocking Richarlison, and big up Richarlison as well, because I do think it was overblown. I think it was said in jest, but, when you see him come out with his interviews about his struggle with mental health, Spurs player or not, you never want to hear that. But if you're going to run them jokes, you need to score. But Antonio, he talks a lot, man, and I like him. I've not met many Premier League footballers, but he's a stand-up dude. But he does talk a lot. He said West Ham would finish above Liverpool. He's come for Arsenal fans. And there's, obviously what he said with Richarlison, and it's just been egg on his face, man. Bowen is down. Big up yourself, my dude. Much love right back at you. If you haven't subscribed or smashed the like button, please make sure you do. Thoughts on Fernandes? I don't like him, but think he'd be good with the right coach. I actually think Bruno's a good player, but he's frustrating. Like, he's frustrating in everything he does. He's frustrating as the Man United captain. I don't know. I do think he's a winner and he wants to win, but how he portrays himself on TV, it rubs me up the wrong way. It's like when things get hard, when you're a young Kobe Mano or whatever, you should be looking at these guys puffing out their chests. He's whining on the floor. He's down in tools. He's frustrating in terms of his ball retention, and he does that spamming stuff, doing things a million times. A good player. He's one good quality of Bruno Fernandes is, I don't know if his stats now, but I would typically describe him as a goal scorer in midfielder. I know a couple of them are pens, but he'll get goals. But very frustrating of a footballer. Very frustrating. Bentacle. Feels like an even contest now. Can you name a goal for me to edit, please? I'll show you one. Edit that, edit this, edit.
Against this right back, Charlie.
I want to see fireworks. Fireworks. So yeah, that one. Oh, you know what? Declan Rice against West Ham, mate. Mavropanos. Oh, great touch by Kudus. Poor pass from Kudus. Souček's made it look good. Emerson, Kudus. He don't always play on the left, does he? Sometimes it's like he's a bit more central. Bruno's best quality is crying. I'm more crying, no manager. Yeah, them Hollywood passes, Calvin. Too many of them Hollywood passes. I think there needs to be balance. I don't think he should take that out of his game because he likes to take risks. But yeah, I've done that already. You're a liar, man. That goal's going to the grave, bro. I ain't got no others. It's going to the grave. See, when I have sons and they try, they don't want to listen to me telling them about football. Be like, yo, yeah. Show that to Gal as well. One girl was like, fucking hell. Allegedly. I'm joking. Spurs are on the counter-attack here. Brendan Johnson. Can he get a second? Brendan Johnson. That's a good tackle by Emerson. Werner. I can't lie. Spurs fans, this must be frustrating. You got Werner, Brendan Johnson. And what's the other media tackle you lot got? Richarlison. Must be frustrating. Son Heung-min. Is that a corner? I thought Son would do a lot better. Yeah, Kudus looks a bit predictable. Is it on YouTube? Yeah, somewhere. Declan Rice at Chelsea away. Yeah, Declan Rice, Chelsea away. Against Man United. Payet was a baller, man. Absolute baller. I think he's still kicking ball. He's in Brazil, isn't it? Fabianski, I don't know why you're stunting like you're going to play a short free kick. You know you want to go long. Sarr for Spurs seems to be coming on. Fabianski lumping it into the channels. He's trying to find Souček. Pedro Porro, does he keep that in? It's gone out of play. 65 minutes on the clock. This guy, blood. Big up Ben, man. You always here. You're funny still. Zuma. Everton have gone 13 league games without a win for the first time in 67 years. That's crazy. And I must admit, is Kulusevski on the bench for Spurs? He's got to be, man. Something's got to change. Not that anyone's necessarily playing bad, but it's a very tight game. It looks like a game for people in the pockets. To be fair, they do have Kulusevski. Lo Celso still at Spurs. They definitely are trying to sell you. How many times? You ain't played that many times. I don't think you're in the manager's plans like that. In fact, yeah, you are. You should be there because you. I swear he scored against you. Boy. Still 1-1, folks. The first 20 minutes is where the goals came. Brendan Johnson scored 5 minutes into this clash before in the 19th minute, a Kurt Zuma header from a corner drew these teams back level. Madison. You're not Odegaard. That was never going to be a wavy pass. Werner down this left-hand side. Apparently, Spurs haven't decided whether to trigger his buy option, and you're not going to if you can't string a pass. Bowen, getting fairly stretched. Seems like there's tired legs out there. Bowen. It's got such an awkward, in a good way, an awkward dribbling style. Spurs will win this, mark my words. Spurs will clutch it at the end. Probably. That Brentford versus United game gave me flashbacks to Watford versus Arsenal in 2019 under Emery. Shout out to Emery, but we're in the trenches with him, man. I can't remember the game, but there was a game he put Ozil left wing back, and he done the same with Mkhitaryan. Emery was on foolishness, man. Bentacle. Too much of a reactive man. He's a liar as well. Like one of his first interviews on Arsenal, he said something like, "I'd rather win 4-3 than 1-0." He's a liar. He's an absolute liar. To be fair, he hasn't lied in their job interview. James Maddison. When managers will try to switch things up. High risk it is. I'd rather my manager play like how Postecoglou is playing than Ten Hag, because I don't know what Ten Hag's doing. Like, what is Ten Hag football? It should be clear. I don't want specialist heat maps and stuff. What is it? Spurs want to attack, kinda. Bentacle, Bissouma, Son, Bentacle. It's all in front of West Ham. You know what you're getting with a David Moyes side. They might do dumb-ish defensively, but in principle, they're going to be rigid. They're going to be compact and difficult to break down. Pedro Porro. Hot take. I think Arsenal versus West Ham first day of the season next year. Pedro Porro to Son. I mean, he's got acres of space. I thought, why is he taking long? I thought he's going to wrap that. Bentacle, Porro. Pardon me. Trying to be too intricate there. He's gone for the shot because he was about to lose it. As none if you give them Roy Keane. Amen. A Portsmouth player just slapped one from about 35 yards out. Toby, it sounds like that's a lot more entertaining than this game. I heard a fox ran onto the pitch. It seems like an eventful thing. I feel for Antonio there, bro. He's dead tired. He's lying, man. Don't tired or not, you got to finish that. You have to finish that. You have to finish that. They're definitely listening to the live stream. It looks like Kulusevski is getting ready. See what I mean? But yeah, and Kulusevski's cover his content shouldn't be free, man. Are you not entertained? Smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Double change. Sarr and Kulusevski on. Bentacle's off. I hope Brendan Johnson's coming off. But I don't know. Not quite sure. But Bentacle's off. But who's the other sub? James Maddison. Boy. Better than Odegaard and that. That's crazy. Maddison off. Kulusevski on. Spurs or Tottenham odds, better yet, were too high for playing away. They're still nicked this, man. I should have bet on West Ham, honestly. I went 2-1 Spurs. Not that I want to, and I hope to be wrong. They love the dramatic thing. Destiny and Doggy. Well, no, I don't think you're the guy to be doing flicks, but he tried. Throwing to Spurs anyways. Fully is, mate. This is a big game as well. Pompey are in first and Derby a second. It went 1-0, 1-1 to Portsmouth, being 2-1 down, bringing Derby back into the title race. And then the equaliser was the Pompey lad slapping it from range. It's gassed. You know what? I'll go pre them highlights. Sounds like a very entertaining game. If West Ham get a corner, they'll score, and that will be game done. Remember what I said. I'm remembering everything, man. A lot of you are making hella statements. Let's see who rings true. There's 20 minutes left. I don't think there's a share of the spoils. That's a ball from Bissouma. He's found Kulusevski. Plays a 1-2 with Son. See it to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson, do you know what? The idea is right. It's just there's too many claret shirts. Kulusevski's going to have to be stronger than that. And Kudus just wanted it a bit more. Kudus just wanted it more. No way this Kudus still has the ball. And he's lost it now, but that's because of him doing silly things. That's all Kudus could get better at, man. Sometimes he does too much, but an electric footballer. Oh, Son could be in here. Son could be in here. Why didn't you shoot? Finds Werner. Is Werner going to be the one to do it? Oh, of course not. I'm making bare noise. It is a corner for Spurs, though. I thought Son was going to absolutely lash that with his left peg. Ah, Calvin, allow it, man. Allow the hell out. These lot got peas, man. We all got to lose it one day. Not me. Please, someone else. Corner kick to Spurs. There's drama in this, man. There's drama in this. Pedro Porro takes the corner. Headed out by West Ham. Basuma gets it back to Ndogi. Destiny Ndogi gives it back to Basuma. Kind of killed him with that pass, really. He's going to have to go back home. There you have it. It's gone all the way back to his keeper. And Spurs are going to have to reset. I can't lie. Spurs have made the subs. Couple West Ham players look knackered. Antonio's not even running anymore. It's like he's had oxtail or curry goat or something for lunch. He's not moving. Brennan Johnson down this right-hand side. It's too intricate from Spurs. Oh! Important interception. I really thought Spurs were going to do it there. Kofal with a lovely interception. Do you play FPL? Yeah, we got a whole league. Kudus is such a player, but needs to improve not doing it all by himself. Respectfully to West Ham, you can do that over there, man. It's like Rafinha at Leeds. You can do that. Like, when you're around other stars, it's a myth. But I like that. I wouldn't take that out of him. Yeah, it seems like Son's overthinking things today. I've seen him just put that on his left peg and hit it 9 times out of 10. But that time, I don't know why. Again, probably didn't think there was an opening, but I thought he's going to hit it. Romero. There's hella tired legs out there, man. The game's been fairly end-to-end. It's kind of lost that. Kudus is not a team player. That's harsh, man. Guy carried Garner on his back. He puts in a shift defensively as well. Normally with them players at a club like West Ham, they think they're bigger than they are and they don't really run. Bit harsh. I think he is a team player. Got a bright future in the game. Rah, 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 rah. Hey, Twitch gang, I thought you lot were normal dudes. What? That's a Y as well. Let me go and get my other bottle of water for that. That's just scaring me. Yellow cards given Brennan Johnson not only has a goal today, but he has a yellow card. There's my water. There we go. Kudus is a serious player, man. 16 minutes left, folks. 74 minutes and 10 seconds on this clock. Who gets the winner? Only the man upstairs knows. Fabianski tries to find Bowen. Bowen brings it under. For a while, Destiny, this is the first kind of period Destiny and Doggies had to do some defending, man. For a while in the first half, at least, he was just getting to fling forward. Hasn't quite been the case today in the second half. Big up Moise. Evidently, it stopped raining because he's taking off the cap. Let me sit back down, people. I'm all shouting. Oh, don't forget Arsenal Luton tomorrow. I say last minute Bayern winner. That'll be lit. That'll be lit. Naturally, I want to see hearts break, innit? Bowen in possession here. Finds Antonio. Oh, Antonio, man. It's over. It started. Kudus would have cooked under the Zerbi. True. To be fair, he's cooking under Moyes. Bowen. You got to do better than that against Basuma, man. That's the Wakanda coming out. Goal kick to Spurs. Wouldn't change Kudus too much, but on the counter would allow him to take it. But if Martinelli or Saka were open to not be selfish, but man, Edu, I'm looking at you. Kudus would have been amazing at this football club, man. As would Paqueta, as with Bruno Gomes, as would Bowen. Bowen's a player, man. Him on the counter-attacking transition. As an Arsenal fan, we've fallen to that numerous times. And it shows, if you take a chance on players, because Paqueta's rep was kind of hit at AC Milan, and I think he went to Lyon or something like that. Bowen was there at Hull. West Ham took a chance. Kudus was there for a while at Ajax. He was linked with Brighton, Arsenal, United, Chelsea. West Ham took a chance. And the way the game is, if they were to sell them, these are all 70+ million pound players already. Like Paqueta's probably going to go City in the summer. Kudus is going to appreciate. Bowen's in England international now, and English players are taxed heavily anyways. Well, that's a poor pass into Son. Zuma taking no risk. That's how you know Zuma's tired, man. Just putting out a touch. But yeah, Bruno and Paqueta both. They should both be at the Emirates, but unfortunately, that was not how the cookie crumbled. Basuma. Kulusevski. Romero. I think West Ham are going to concede soon, if I'm honest with you. Brennan Johnson, must admit, don't know how you're still on the pitch. You're not really offering much. Now, I said that you're going to have a score or assist. Brennan Johnson down this right-hand side. Float stands it up. Not the worst of ideas, really. No one challenging. Not the worst of ideas from Fabianski. If I am completely honest with you guys. It's still anybody's guess who wins this, though. It's still an even contest. Antonio, Kudus. Back to Antonio. Can he keep that on? Never. No chance. No chance. It's unfortunate. 13 minutes left, folks. 77 minutes on the clock. What's going on in the world of football as well? Should we go on Sky Sports, see if there's any interesting news for me to just blur out to you lot? Dominic Calvert-Lewin. In fact, what we should do, Dominic Calvert-Lewin apparently has scored. Let's look at the results so far. Newcastle Everton ended 1-1. Nottingham Forest beat Fulham 3-1. Bournemouth beat Crystal Palace 1-0. It was 1-1 between Burnley and Wolves. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. What other midweek action have we got? Let's go to fixtures. Spurs' Romero's on the ball here. Obviously, it's currently 1-1 between these sides. Tomorrow, you've got Arsenal Luton. We will be doing a watch along for that. You've got Brentford Brighton. That's probably going to be a decent game. You've got City Aston Villa as well. Thursday, you've got Liverpool Sheffield United, which Sheffield United are going to get absolutely bopped. We hope that's not the case, though. You've got Chelsea, Man United. Saturday, you've got Crystal Palace, City, Aston Villa, Brentford, Everton, Burnley, Fulham, Newcastle, Luton, Bournemouth, Wolves, West Ham, Brighton, Arsenal. And on the Sunday, which will be the 7th of April, you've got Man United, Liverpool, Sheffield United, Chelsea, Spurs, Nottingham Forest. So there's that. Now, let me go on Sky Sports, see if there's any relevant news parties. Gibbs White has scored again. He's been linked with Spurs as well as Arsenal. There's been rumours De Zerbi's on the list to replace certain managers at Liverpool. Apparently, Sky Sports are saying he's not. Where? Basuma. So, yeah, I did see Isaac's goal, man. Good player, man. It's a shame he's at Newcastle. How much is he going to cost? They're saying 100 million based on the reports we covered today. Big up to you. Like that was part of my live stream earlier. Basuma, Son, Spurs are playing better at this moment in time. United, well, yeah, he is United. West Ham United are kind of just living for the counter-attack. Son Heung-min tries to fashion a shot, can't, finds a pass in Pedro Porro. He's aimed it to the back post. Ooh, just plucked off the head of Sarr. He would have been offside anyways. 100 million. De Zerbi has been linked with Bayern Munich, and to be fair, if Bayern Munich asks for you, you got to get it done, innit, really? Like, Bayern Munich, a club a manager can afford to turn down. To be fair, that might have been a tight call. I think Werner would have just been off. Alonso may go to Madrid in the future. It's got plenty of options, really. Looks like Richard. If I don't know, is Richarlison taking off his stuff to get ready? I think he is. I think he's had a knock. He's taking off his stuff. I think he's putting on his shirt. So yeah, it looks like Spurs, when the time's right, will be making a change. Could be 2 changes, in fact. I mean, he didn't zoom in on the player's face, so I'm unclear who that was. But yeah, Basuma's done well to make sure Spurs are not in trouble there. Isaac or Osimhen for Arsenal? Oof. It's a draw, man. I'm cool with either one. I'm cool with either one. I think it's close. I can't pick. I think they both got qualities. I might lean towards Isaac because I see him up close and personal in the Prem. You say that, but I think we're more likely to get Osimhen than Isaac, purely because in theory, if they are saying 100 million and my man's got a release clause, you activate that release clause because some reports say 100, 105, 130. You get the player in it, or you talk to him. You're going to have to negotiate with Newcastle. Do you see the Spurs team challenging for the Prem next season? You never know, but no. I mean, your manager's saying you are now. Well, we need a couple of additions, man. Not enough depth, in my opinion. Bit harsh on Osimhen. Fair enough, though. Isaac is another Jesus, but taller. Nah, nothing like Jesus. He actually scores goals. Basuma will be exiting at this moment for Spurs. Højbjerg will be coming on. Højbjerg, who last week was very critical of Spurs, if I'm honest. Not really, that's an exaggeration, but he just said he's unhappy with his first team football. To be fair, Werner did get an assist, hasn't had too many goal-scoring opportunities. Werner has exited the field for Richarlison, folks. That's Werner and Zuma off, Højbjerg and Richarlison on. So does that mean Kulusevski goes out to the right? No. It's like a little free roll thing. Richarlison knocks it into touch. I thought there was a foul here. Kulusevski's by himself. By himself. I can't see any white shirts. And to be fair, Brendan Johnson did try to arrive. Paqueta was playing in the area he shouldn't be playing in. And Spurs have won it back. This is how you lose the game. Sarr. Kulusevski. Son Heung-min. Oh, can he keep that on? Nah. I think Arsenal should go for Gyökeres. I mean, his stock is going up even more, man, based on how he's playing at the moment. Isak is much better than Jesus. Isak is only 24 as well. I mean, I'm having Isak. The only question mark I could have over Isak is his injuries. Quality player. Begs the question, why did we get him before he ended up at Newcastle? But it is what it is. Gyökeres a baller, but a lot of goals he scores are on the counter. We don't counter much. Yeah, but we create a lot more. So naturally, if you can score goals, you will score goals, innit? I hear you, and it's not the same, but the way Dortmund had to set up game to game ain't how City has, but man can score goals. Gyökeres is good, but half his goals are penalties. Is that statistically? I don't think he will score whatever he has now, but if you can get me 20 goals, I'm cool. And I don't know if he can do that. As I said, I don't think there's a striker that 100% convinces me for Arsenal. There's plenty that I like. Mohamed Kudus in possession. It's behind Antonio, but Antonio keeps it on. Plays Emerson. 7 minutes left, folks. Emerson. Antonio. Charging down this left-hand side. Antonio. I think he's worth it, but then, like I said, it's just the injuries, and we'd pray he wouldn't get injured. But Arsenal tax, he probably would. But if we're just talking ability, bring him, man. Yeah, but that's the thing. Bring Isak. I'm a big fan of Isak when he runs into the kind of like the goal he scored today, running into that left channel. Fabianski. Good ball into Kudus, or was it a good ball? Kudus just made it look good. Either way, fantastic from him. The pass wasn't though. It will be a throw-in for West Ham. 6 minutes left, folks. Personally, I would want to see Isak have another season before spending cash. I hear that, and Arsenal have shown they'll wait to sign a striker, but have we got another year to wait? Or do we need to sign a striker this summer on top of everything else we probably need to do as a football club? It'll be interesting because there is a reality Arsenal don't sign a striker. Just have to see, man. Would Højlund do good at Arsenal? I actually think Ramesh Højlund would be good. I don't think he'd do good at Arsenal. I think United need to sign Ivan Toney or something, just to get another experienced guy next to him. I like Højlund, and you lot have seen when he was playing crap. I said, give him time. I'm not saying he's going to be like Haaland, but he's decent. Does all the raw things good. There's plenty of things he needs to iron out of his game, and it does show you the striker market that the young strikers cost way too much money without a real body of work. Corner kick for West Ham. Can Zuma get on the score sheet? Right, Zuma's captain. Go on, Mavropanos. Come on, lad. Low-key, I'd take Vlahovic over Isak. I'd rather Isak. Bowen corner. It's whistle past everyone. Is that another one? Not quite sure. I think the ref said it's a throw-in. And I hope everyone's all right. A couple of Spurs players are down here. Brendan Johnson and Destiny and Doggy. What happened there? I think Ndoggy's actually headed the chin of Souček by mistake, or his cheek or something. I don't know. Brendan Johnson's back up to his feet. I'm not quite sure what happened to Brendan Johnson. I won't lie. But it's nice to see every man that was on the floor is getting back up to their feet. You never want to see injuries. 87 likes, people. Can we get as close to 100 as possible? Danny Ings is stripped off and waiting to enter. Maybe David Moyes told him to sit down. Is Moyes gambling? Can't lie, I forgot Danny Ings was kicking ball in the Prem. DC Odegaard playing as a false nine. You never know, but nah. 8.5, 10. Son Heung-min, yet to see him shoot. Højbjerg, He's appealing for a pen. I think he's asking for a lot. Richarlison is shameless. He's backing it. You definitely didn't see it. You definitely didn't see it. I respect that level of shamelessness. You definitely didn't see what your teammates appealing. Isaac is good. I just feel like it's going to be, we go big for a striker, lower price winger or high price winger and Sesko type striker signing. But I feel Arsenal go big for a striker. To be fair, I'm having Sesko. Bring Isaac. If there's a will to do, I just think Newcastle won't do business with us. In swinging Spurs corner, is this where we have it? Zuma headers out. Brennan Johnson puts it back in. Was that the best decision from him? I'm not sure. It's headed out by West Ham. It's fallen to Sarr. And his shot is tame and it's whistled wide. We also definitely need to get cover for Saka next season. Neto or Nico Williams, DG, what's your opinion? Again, if injuries weren't... That's harsh, man. Sesko, definitely not shit. He's going to prove you wrong one day. If injuries weren't a thing, Pedro Neto all day in it. I think Williams, there's a lot of raw things to like. I think fans are overrating him a bit. I think he's a blank canvas for Arteta to work with. I think there's more confirmation for me anyways over Pedro Neto. So I'd have that. Looks like Lo Celso's getting some game time. Forgotten man. Definitely after the dramatic game against City for Spurs, he's gone off a cliff. I mean, I want to do business with everyone who wants players, innit? And maybe there's something that could get done, you know. Allegedly, Newcastle want Ramsdale. Allegedly, we want Isaac. What the Newcastle rate for Ramsdale? What do we price him at? Can he make the difference, or can we flog Ramsdale there on loan? You have a good loan spell at Newcastle. The following summer, we renegotiate or sell you for more. I'm not even against doing that with Eddie and Nketiah, actually, if I'm honest. 88 minutes on the clock, more yellow cards. Neto would be good, man. He'd keep Saka on his toes. He can play on the left. I'm not quite. The offside flag is surely. Bowen's instructed him to put it. Bowen's instructed Kudus to put the ball in the back, and that was poor finishing. Bowen's smart because you never know with VAR. The ref doesn't allow West Ham to take that free kick that quick. Lo Celso's entering, Brennan Johnson off. I hope he's all right. He's what? You see that man there? Soft. Lo Celso's the type of guy to bag. What team do you support? Accrington Stanley. No, I'm joking. I'm an Arsenal fan. Ramsdale plus 50 for Isaac. I'd rather just buy Isaac out, right? DG, could you make a video on potential Saka backup? It's loading, man. It's loading. As soon as the stream's done, I'm going back to editing stuff. Always working for you lot. In my opinion, West Ham always dangerous because they got Bowen and Kudus. 100%. They're a threat from set pieces. They've got clinical players, good technical level players. It's just both teams look knackered. I can't believe you know what? Big up Antonio for getting 89 minutes on the clock. I can't believe he's getting this. I've been talking up Paqueta all game. He's kind of been crap. Romero's been booked. Man said I support Spurs. No. VAR, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm definitely an Arsenal fan. And we will be watching Arsenal versus Luton tomorrow, folks. So yeah, make sure you smash the like button on such. Exactly, Matt. Some people won't get it, man. Paqueta would be lovely in an Arsenal team. He puts a shift in defensively, great in terms of build-up play. Emerson puts a ball in. No, he doesn't. It's cannoned off a Spurs shirt. What's he got? What's Romero going mad about? It's come off you, bro. What the hell? If we finish 2 or 3 points behind top at the end, do you consider it a disappointment because of Fulham, West Ham, or an improvement from last season? There's improvements from last season. We're on the right trajectory. But it would be disappointing, man, because there's nothing that's to show we've won anything. We have had 4 minutes added on, people. We've played 56 seconds of such. The ref has gone over to Højbjerg, Zuma, and Antonio to chat to them. I think Arsenal fans underrate party. Arsenal fans just don't. If you're not flavour of the month anymore, fans don't care. And then when you are, there's the thing. Arsenal fans, when you're good, you're the best thing since sliced bread. When you're bad, or if they don't think you've been amazing, you're horrible. Ward Prowse with this delivery. What do I know? Deceivingly good delivery. Vicario's been strong for Tottenham Hotspur from that, and they've dealt with it. Good keeper, man. I don't want to praise Spurs, but he's a good keeper. Kudus' cross was rubbish. It's gone all the way to Fabianski. Deluded, would you rather sign an elite winger and midfielder like Paqueta and go for a project striker? I wouldn't say I rather, but I'm on that. Again, I don't know what you define as an elite winger, sorry, which I don't think Williams is, Neto is, half the wingers we're linked with. But if there was that, cool, because they're going to bring an X amount of goals and a project striker. I'd work with that. Project striker don't mean that bad. I don't mind that. I wouldn't say I'd rather it, but I'll go with that. Leao would be an elite winger. Great player, but elite for me is Vinicius and Mbappe and them kind of guys. I don't have Leao in that realm. That's elite, and obviously it's a hypothetical, but that's elite to me. Son Heung-min. Destiny and Doggy down this left-hand side. To be fair, where's his options? It's a throw-in, but yeah. If Arsenal sign Paquetá, Isaac and Anton Robertson, amazing window. Robertson shaky defensively, though, man. Great going forward. I think he's having a good season. Him, Destiny and Doggy, two of the standout Premier League left-backs, but shaky defensively, man. I don't think he's elite. I like Leao a lot. I like him a lot, but elite, for me, as I just said, that's Vinicius and Mbappe, them kind of players there. I don't have Leao in that realm as of yet. Not saying he couldn't ever be, but for me at this moment, 7 minutes past 10 p.m. on the 2nd of April, I don't have you as elite. What's your best munch? Chicken. Oh, I thought Destiny and Doggy nicked it for Spurs. Best munch. I don't know. It changes all the time, but I'm going to say what I'm feeling for now. Oxtail, no. Some curry goat and rice, to be fair, with a bit of mac and cheese. I like Theo Hernandez, to be fair. I like both the Hernandez lads. 20 seconds left, folks. I don't think we're going to see a late winner. Oh, we might do. Kudus is here. What can he make happen? He's by himself. He's done well to get onto his favoured left. He's actually done very well. But that's the problem. He's seen his name in lights. He's gone for the shot. He's fallen to Souček. Bowen, is he offside? Bowen's floated it in. What's going on here? West Ham finished, lad. Paqueta's pass is horrible. Kudus wanted a million years on the ball. And we're over the 4 minutes. And this will be the last kick of the game. Can Spurs dramatically get this winner? Ooh, I take back what I said, you know. No, I don't. Kulusevski's done terrible. 20 seconds over. Oh, my. It's proper end-to-end. Paqueta somehow in a 2v3 situation. Paqueta waiting for options. What the fuck is this? West Ham are bugging ref. End the game, man. Like, what the hell is that? Boy, I mean, it's a point gained and 2 points dropped for Spurs based on the fact they took the lead. I think a draw is probably fair result. There's been chances. Antonio should have really put them 2-1 ahead. I guess, and Doggy at the end, but it wasn't the most entertaining games in terms of taking your chances. But yeah, man, it's a draw. It's been a decent watch with you lot. I can't believe that. Pardon me. I could not believe that at the end. Zuma, that Mr. Catman, saves the day. I guess West Ham had 9 lives today. See what I did there? Trying to Peter Drury thing. But on that note, though, people, tomorrow, as I said, we're watching Arsenal against Luton Town together across Twitch and YouTube. Kicks off at 7:45. At 7:30, apologies. Better yet, I'll be live at 6:45. Appreciative to have you lot tuned in. Let me leave you lot. Obviously, Paqueta tried to score a screamer, but only certain man could do that.
Against this right back, Charlie.